case of a Johannesburg woman and 3 others who were arrested after a video was circulated of the woman allegedly encouraging her 4-year-old child to smoke drugs has been postponed to Monday. The 4 face charges of child abuse and attempted murder. The footage, widely shared on social media, further seems to show the woman placing a bottleneck with a lit Mandrax drug in her son's mouth and him subsequently inhaling it. The mother and 2 suspects were arrested in Nuclear in Johannesburg on Tuesday. Another man was arrested on Wednesday. The child has since been taken to the place of safety. The Gauteng Social Development Department has expressed its outrage and has vowed to probe the matter further with the aim of providing the necessary assistance and intervention for the child. Well, to speak more on this, let's now welcome Director at Wise for Africa, Advocate Brenda Madumise-Pajibo. Advocate, thank you so much for your time. Yet another disturbing case putting a spotlight on just how unsafe South Africa's children are. What is troubling here, Advocate, is that the people accused are the little boy's parents, well, at least the mother. Your reaction as Wise for Africa?
It's outrageous and totally unacceptable that you have family members, especially mothers or parents, who would subject their children to abuse, to violence, and as we have said many times, no matter who perpetrates the violence, it is unacceptable, it's a violation, it's a crime. And in this case, the mother should be held responsible for, one, not protecting that child, her own child, and also exposing her to illicit and substances that are not supposed to be administered to a child, even for adults, right? So it's a mother that has to face the consequences, and the consequences must be harsh on her, for her to learn that the behavior is unbecoming, is contemptuous, and she must be treated as such.
And I mean, the 4 are now facing 2 charges, in fact, the charge of child abuse and attempted murder. And when you look at that, charge of murder, attempted murder rather, how should, from the judicial sense, should these cases of child abuse be treated? Because one wonders, especially when you look at that video, and as you also allude to, how long this 4-year-old has been exposed to that environment and also has been exposed to drugs like Mandrax.
Absolutely. So that whole investigation that is going to be undertaken by social development is key in what is going to be submitted to the court, right? Remember, the courts in this country are the custodian of children. So they act in the best interest of any child and best interest of children in general. So it's important that report that is going to be compiled, and they're going to have to interview neighbors, they're going to interview other family members, because this is not, it had been going on for a while, I think. And I'm sure they will find from other family members, they will find out from neighbors what has been happening with that child. And that's why the child has been removed and put in a place of safety. When you charge those individuals with attempted murder, what you are saying is that they are negligent in exposing something that is a substance that is dangerous to a child who might have inhaled it many times, and we don't know what that has done to that child till, but since he had been exposed to it, right? So that's why it's negligence on their part. The mother is negligent. Those adults that were with the mother are also negligent, and that charge is appropriate.
Absolutely. I think many South Africans would agree with that, Advocate. But thank you so much for your time, Director at Wise for Africa, Advocate Brenda Madumise-Pajibo there, just responding, of course, to this case of a Johannesburg woman and 3 others who were arrested after a video was circulated of the woman allegedly encouraging her 4-year-old child to smoke drugs. That case has been postponed to Monday. They face 2 charges of child abuse and attempted murder. Of course, a very disturbing case here that will continue to be monitoring for you. In fact, the footage is widely accessible on social media, and that is why those 4 accused were able to be arrested. What was surprising, of course, as soon as police identified the people in the video, community members immediately led them to that particular house. And the footage essentially shows this mother placing a bottleneck with a lit Mandrake's drug in her son's mouth and him subsequently inhaling it. And you can hear, of course, in this very disturbing video, those adults encouraging him to do so. So very, very disturbing story. The mother, of course, and the 2 or 3 suspects rather arrested in Nuclear, Johannesburg on Tuesday. We'll keep tabs on that story.